Hello everyone, it's Matt from Xello. We're here in Las Vegas at ASCA 2021. We've been talking to counselors about how to make college and career readiness fun and engaging for their students. After such a tough period with COVID, we wanted to know, how has the pandemic changed counseling? Let's see what people have to say.
The way that COVID impacted my college and career readiness was that I had to be really inventive in getting my message to my students. So in a lot of ways, I created resources that I might never have made if it weren't for the pandemic. And the struggles for me were connecting students. So I spent a lot more time with students in my actual office, calling colleges, utilizing time with QuestBridge. Another really massive positive was that all these colleges went test blind. And so many of my first generation Latino students were able to get into schools because the pandemic forced these schools to realize that there's so much more to a student.
We started Xello after COVID started, in the middle of the pandemic. So we had a big change to our college and career readiness programming at our school. After we introduced it to our students, I came back into the classroom and they were asking, are we going to do Xello again? And they really loved it. We waited until we were back in person for the younger kids, and for the older kids, we kind of did a lot of demos for them, and the ones who did it really enjoyed it.
So typically, we would have a lot of opportunities such as touring colleges and universities, bringing admissions counselors into the classrooms from colleges and universities, or representatives from the different career fields. And due to the pandemic, we had to transform a lot of that into a virtual setting. We use Zoom for even not only virtual classroom settings, but also to invite the counselors and representatives to even speak with students or host some kind of event virtually.
When we first shut down right in March, our seniors really freaked out, not knowing what to do, if they should go to school. So it became obvious to me how much our students rely on us for literally everything. As a school counselor, we are their social emotional support, their college and career support, their academic support. And I really saw how much we are to everyone. So for me, during COVID, I was in my car driving to people's houses with my mask on, standing 6 feet apart. I even had a tape measure to make sure I was far enough away, and really sit with kids and talk them through what was happening and their options. A lot of kids were asking, how do I defer? What does that look like? Should I even go to school? What about this? And changing their options at the last minute really showed how vulnerable they were to this. And I think our seniors of 2020 were, I think, the most impacted. They lost so much.
We had virtual meetings with college representatives, bringing our students in and getting them interested in that, helping them navigate the world of college admissions through the virtual conferences, through the virtual tours for colleges, because colleges in Northeast were closed. We also had to change our approach to businesses. We couldn't have speakers come in as we traditionally did, so we had to flip to a virtual model. We worked with our teachers to have our teachers allow us to have some of those speakers present during the classroom time, so that we got a broader audience rather than having the students sign up on their own. So I also, for our counseling association, ran several webinars with college admissions representatives to talk about the ever-changing world of admissions from March 2020, then again in the fall, then again later in the fall around November, with ever-changing deadlines and the College Board requirements. So we provided that service to all of the school counselors in the state of Connecticut.